Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very special day. Today, let me tell you, I'm going to be reacting to the Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel, Northern War anime series in English dub. I know what you're thinking. Fun. English dub? But why? Stop over dub, obviously. Well, as you may or may not know, if you're new here, I have been playing through the Trails of Cold Steel game series for inside the last 2 years. I've been playing through those games in English dub, and because of that, this is a special one. I've been using the English voices. In other words, I'm going to obviously react to the English dub because some of the same voice actors are going to be returning, especially one specific character's voice that I really like. Not to be a, fanboy or anything. Ew, I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a fanboy. I love you, Sarah. Anyway, I don't know if there's anything else to say other than just getting right into it. Now, for anyone new here or new to reaction videos in general on YouTube, I'm obviously not going to put the entire episode in this video because, well, you can't really get away with that without getting copyright struck. Especially with anime, you can never be too careful. Essentially, don't expect to watch the episode with me. Like if you want to see the entire episode yourself, I recommend first watching it on your own and then coming here to see my reaction. But yeah, let's get started, shall we? I mean, I'm really excited to watch this. God, I can't wait any longer. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Oh my god. The only thing I know is that the main character is essentially gonna be this girl, this new character. If I'm not mistaken, this takes place in the land of North Ambria. Yep, there it is. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. This is gonna be so good. The reason it's gonna be so good is because I know all these things. Those monsters that we just saw, hang on, these things, I've fought them before in the games. Oh, this is so weird. I don't think I've ever been in this position before where I've played a game. Like, it's happened with visual novels, for instance, like the Grisaya series, where I read the visual novel and then watched the anime, and then I was like, ooh, the thing from the visual novel. But like, visual novel is one thing, right? I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I've played a RPG game and then I see it turned into an anime. But yeah, I've fought those things before. I recognize those things.
One more incoming! 9 o'clock! Rear guard, give me a sit rep! All green! Orders, Commander! All right, let's keep moving.
So I'm guessing these are either, I'm pretty sure, yeah, these are Jaeger Corps, yep, that they literally just said. I was gonna say these are probably the Northern Jaegers.
The almighty Northern Jaegers, you know? So why the hell are we being used as delivery boys?
Would you stop complaining? As long as we keep this pace up, we can make it to Haliask by tomorrow.
Oh, I would die for some piping hot northern borscht right now. Ain't that right, newbie?
Only been with us half a year and already out on the battlefield, even if it is only for an escort mission. Makes you wonder if this could be the second coming of the oh-so-legendary Purple Lightning.
Oh!
Meanwhile...
Oh! Already they mention her. Oh, God. Trails of Cold Steel really knows how to tease me, doesn't it?
I was stuck scrubbing nasty toilets half a year in. How's that fair? What do you want?
Everything's fine. See?
One thing I will say, however, monsters that big never go down that easily. Not in the game, at least. Not in the game.
This stuff we're delivering, it's just relief supplies for civilians, right? Why does it need so much security?
Hell if I know. Maybe it's because Erebonia and Calvert are butting heads or something. Tell me, have you heard about the annexation of Crossbell?
This shit is so boring.
Now, if you guys don't know, this this story takes place between the second and third games of the Trails of Cold Steel series. At the end of Trails of Cold Steel 2, the annexation of Crossspell happened, and then the beginning of Cold Steel 3 takes place a year after. We haven't really learned what happened in the Northern War yet. Seeing it happen in the anime is going to be very, very interesting.
More life or death battles.
Listen, anywhere Rogan goes, devastation follows, be it living or landscape. That's why people call him the Aurora Phenomenon. Here's some perspective. The Northern Jaegers have more than 10,000 of us in their ranks, with Master Glark at the top. But Rogan is one of the few who can go toe-to-toe with the boss and still walk away to tell the tale.
I don't recognize this Rogan character.
Hey, wait. Don't ignore me.
What's up? Find a palm or something? Still looks fresh.
Something is coming. Oh.
Not good. Drones.
Can't hit him from here.
I'm guessing they're going to be reprimanded because they left the battalion, the escort mission.
You're safe now.
I was gonna say they weren't taking any damage, but clearly they are. Military monsters! Oh Jesus, there's a lot of them.
Great work. It's lucky you found this village.
I'm surprised they managed to do it so quickly, considering, I'm pretty sure those guys are vulnerable to arts.
But that said, they're both going to need antidotes as soon as possible.
Drone venom ain't nothing to mess with.
At this point, Haliask is our only option.
Wait, Haliask? But that's so far from here.
We'll
Oh please,
stick
people
around to
don't
keep
die
you
in
all
this
safe.
series. Come on, let's be honest.
about a thing.
Let's be honest.
Wait, think they're running from something?
Indeed. Oh, don't tell me it's the monkey. It's the monkey, isn't it? Oh yeah, these things are very, very annoying. I would know. I would definitely know.
Captain! Careless jerk!
Oh,
You can be impressed later, you idiot! Come on!
sure, I'll help you buy some time. Thanks for asking.
Either she's very good or she's very... Okay, I was gonna say she's probably just very courageous,
One odor of blood
but doesn't have the skill to back it up. Not yet, anyway. Maybe she's better with a sword. That was good. But of course her helmet had to break apart
That's great.
at the perfect time.
This report.
Because of course. For a dramatic effect.
Tell me, was that the thrilling life or death battle you were hoping for, Ivano?
The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel, Northern War. I'm guessing we're going to be getting introduced to the main character, this girl, as well as probably some other characters in this North Ambrian state. Because ultimately, you know, our main character, our good boy Reen, is on the other side, on Erebonier's side.
Commander, I finished my report.
Great. That was much quicker than I expected.
I'm pleasantly surprised about how this girl sounds. Bear in mind, I don't know her. Probably a new character, but considering how short she is, I would have expected more of a cutesy voice, which I would have hated, most likely. her voice in English dub, at least, I like.
Hey,
So,
Well, someone.
are these two like always just gonna be wearing their helmets and we never see their faces? Is that like the joke? You know, they're going to be like side characters who get or like not even side characters, background characters that get a lot of screen time. I mean, I'm all for it. I like when animes do this. Like literal background characters actually become side characters by being background characters.
and why their lives are so cushy.
Hold on, Lavi.
Lavi, eh?
Do you happen to know why we both got pay cuts?
It's 'cause you went crazy.
You owe us some northern borscht.
Got a few things to take care of, so.
Nobody asked. We know you enjoy this.
I mean, you see, that's comedy right there. Fucking no one asked. True, fucking true, dude. No one asked.
Come on, guys. We're getting out of here and getting some real
Lobby.
genuine northern borscht.
Well, it's just that those two can be total gluttons. Be careful.
Arcade and its stalls. It's just as grand as Heimdall's Plaza in Erebonia.
Is it your first time here, Lavi?
I mean, I've
Can't leave
been
out the
up.
famous Liberation Square arcade.
I've been in the Erebonian Heimdall Plaza, and
It's just as grand as Heimdall's Plaza in Erebonia.
Is it your first
true,
time here,
kind of.
Lavi?
Pretty
Well,
much.
I have-
They're doing a pretty good job in terms of just like setting up the North Ambrian scene, I guess.
Authentic northern borscht.
Is it just me, or like I've always thought borscht? You don't pronounce the T. I'm pretty sure it's just borscht. But then again, I grew up like I don't know, like my family growing up like just called it borscht. It might be like a difference in translation or understanding between languages. I don't know. Point is, I always just thought it was just borscht, not borscht.
Do. It's not like they can run away. Getting to the next settlement is a challenge all on its own.
We're worried these are signs that things are going to get even worse.
And we can't trust those government dogs. They're living in luxury while the rest of us starve to death.
You have to do something, please.
She's absolutely
We need you
right.
northern
I
Yankees to
do
pick up.
ask you to understand.
As it just so happens, this is her first time out of our village. Thankfully, my daughter and her husband were both able to get the antidote in time. They're stable now.
The antidote.
Good thing Lavi noticed your village so
I
quickly.
mean, just, you know, get someone to cast Curia or Recuria. Easy as pie, you know, it's just gone. All the elements are just gone, you know? I mean, that's why you have the Recuria quartz in your party at all times. Someone's got to be able to use a Recuria, you know? Like, it's simple. It's basic stuff.
Though it was quite a long time ago, 27 years to be exact.
You mean back when the revolution took place?
Oh, so that's what this memorial's for.
Yes, well, you two are still fairly young, so I wouldn't expect you to know much about it. You see, back in those days, North Ambria was prosperous, with a thriving shipping industry. It was nothing like the poor country you know today. But one fateful morning, a massive white pillar, tall enough to pierce the sky, appeared out of nowhere. It later came to be known as the North Ambrian disaster, though some may have also called it the Salt Pail Incident.
Yeah. There was some sort of thing that happened with North Ambria where some sort of salt pillar appeared. This I remember. It's not brought up in the Trails games, at least as far as I've gotten. It was brought up like once or twice, like in the first two games somewhere, but never really like given any details on it or any explanation or anything. It was just, some time ago, 20-something years ago, this salt pillar appeared in North Ambria and devastated the countryside or something. I don't know, but that was it.
People, land, and everything else in the area turned into white clumps of salt. The prince fled the country. Afterwards, riots and coups became commonplace. A group of individuals took control of all the riots. It was the beginning of a revolution. They became heroes to the people.
Northern
And it was in
Jaeger?
this spot that the state of North Ambria was born. It's all thanks to those people that I'm still standing here today.
Well, yeah, to North Ambria, the Northern Jaegers, I think, are like, they're kind of police force slash, like, defenders. You know, they bring their supplies and stuff like that. Basically, North Ambria, like, wouldn't survive without without the Jaegers, as far as I know. But that's the thing, right? They're Jaegers, they're like mercenaries, basically.
Now, Mijou, don't you have something to give her?
This is for you. Thank you so much for saving my daddy, mommy, and Grammy.
Your Grammy Award? Wow, didn't know we had a Grammy Award winner. They're definitely doing a good job of
Coming or what?
making the Northern Jaegers into heroes or like good people. But again, they're mercenaries and they will do all kinds of bad things.
No way. Is that really Rogan over there?
Why is he here? Wasn't he on a recon mission?
But that's not all I know.
I also know the man who was once hailed a hero, and yet ultimately abandoned North Ambria, was your grandfather.
Interesting. Interesting. I would have thought he started talking to her because she had her helmet off. Thus, she is an important character. Because everyone else wears helmets, right? Thus, they are not important characters. Essentially, everyone in this Northern Jaeger group who doesn't wear a helmet is an important character. That's how you know.
Our day-to-day lives are simple and honest, but they could still be ruined by foreign troops in the blink of an eye. The heroes of North Ambria are no longer here, which is why this country needs another brand new revolution. Calvert has lost its battle to Erebonia. And in turn, Crossbelt State has been annexed by the Erebonian Empire.
Wait, what? Really?
Indeed it has.
Was one soldat.
Valimar, the Ashen Knight.
All it took was a single Imperial hero.
A hero?
It's clear as day what Erebonia will set its sights on next. So the time has come for us to make a stand. That's why I'm here, to start another revolution!
I mean, that's the thing, right? To these people, Erebonia is evil. Oh, it's already over, fuck! First episode, honestly, I have no problems with it at all. It was a very good first episode, setting up the North Ambria as kind of like a hard-working people, very, I guess you could say, kind. Even the soldiers, saw tracks leading to a village being under attack and then helped them, even though they had their own mission of moving supplies and stuff. So essentially, they're being set up as like the, I guess you could say, the underdogs. And I guess they kind of are, but at the same time, I guess, my information from the games is essentially that the Northern Jaegers, they often take work from outside because they are like mercenaries, and then they bring in goods from the outside that they've worked for back to North Ambria, right? So it's like, they're still just mercenaries. They're just hailed as heroes because they kind of work for the North Ambrian state, I guess. This girl, this girl definitely, so far, we haven't really seen much of her, but I definitely like her voice. I like that it's not like a cutesy, like, anime voice. I like that it's more normal sounding, like adult-ish. She is a soldier and stuff. Apparently the granddaughter of one of the heroes of the revolution, right? That happened like 20-something years ago. And I'm guessing she feels like the Jaegers are these heroes, these defenders of North Ambria, right? And they do what's right and thinks that they can't do any wrong. While in reality, things are never that simple, now are they? Most likely, I'm already predicting that she's gonna slowly but surely learn that the Northern Jaegers are not as heroic and full of good deeds as she thinks they are. And on the flip side, also feels like Erebonia and the hero of Erebonia, the Ashen Chevalier. This guy, our boy Reen, is probably like, the bad guy. She feels like he's the bad guy and Erebonia is the bad guy, right? But most likely, she's gonna meet him and be like, oh, this guy's kind of a decent guy, like kind person. Like, he's not that evil. And so I'm sure the main character here, this girl, Lavi, is gonna slowly realize that the Northern Jaegers are not all good and all the Ereboniers are not all bad. This guy is the hero, right, from the revolution, and he probably died or something, or left, as I forgot his name. The big soldier dude told her that this guy like abandoned North Ambria or something. I don't know, but I'm sure we'll find out more about that. Definitely like how they're bringing a lot of the enemies from the game into the anime, because while the Trails of Cold Steel, in general, the Trails series has to do with a lot to do with politics, as well as like character interactions and so on and so forth. There's also these monsters, all kinds of these monsters that appear, and they're like all over the place. So I'm glad to see that even these Northern Jaegers have to fight them on a daily basis as they transport goods and stuff. Yeah, this goddamn monkey, dude. I fought these things in the games, and they're fucking annoying. They have this one ability that just stuns you for 3 turns, and it's like, oh, fuck me in the asshole. Folk my pose, as they say. Whenever an action anime of some sort like has a main character that is like that, like shy, well, maybe not shy, but like the short, happy-go-lucky, like bright, cutesy girl, right? That's the stereotype. I always prefer when the main character, especially when it's a girl, is more like a serious person, and she definitely seems to be pretty serious. So that's a plus. I'm more one scene of just seeing her, I already like her so much more as a main character than Denji in Chainsaw Man. Like, Jesus Christ, it's insane. It's insane how bad that character is. Jesus Christ. I'm guessing this guy is gonna... I think this guy also has some sort of connection to Lavi. I'm not sure why or how, what the connection is. Because this scene where...
Lawmakers, come on, guys. We're getting out of here and getting some real genuine northern borscht.
Well, it's just that those two can be total gluttons. Be careful.
You see, like, why this could be like a thing where he knew her father or grandfather and knows the connection. Maybe he was friends with the grandfather or her parents or something, and just kind of is looking out for her. That could also be the case. I also love how many like references they make to the other stuff. It's great to see when an anime is telling a story in a pre-existing world that is very largely fleshed out. They mention like, ooh, Heimdall and Erebonia, right? The Imperial Plaza. And it's like, I know that place. I've been there in the games. It's just so fun to see. Like, this is why all these references are why for instance, I cannot play games like The Witcher 3. Because I haven't played the first 2 games. I've played the first game like halfway through, I think. I'm the type of person who, if there's a game that comes out and it's the 5th game in a series, even if you, yes, technically can just start with the 5th game, you're gonna miss out on all the small nuances, the small references that they make. People say, oh, you can play Dragon Age Inquisition as the first game in the Dragon Age franchise, but like, I'm sorry, but like, you're gonna miss a lot of references, a lot of small details that you don't realize. You won't even realize that you're missing them. That's the thing. And then, people go backwards in the game franchise where it's like they start with Inquisition, then they go Dragon Age 2, and then Dragon Age Origins, and then they're like, oh, the graphics are so bad now that I just can't finish it. Like, don't start with the later games and then expect to actually enjoy the first games. But yeah, like this is essentially why I just can't start at the end of a series, which is why I haven't played any of the more recent Assassin's Creed games as well, because I stopped playing Assassin's Creed after like, I think Syndicate was before Origins, right? I didn't play Origins or anything that came after Origins. Right, the Principality of North Ambria. I don't actually know the entire map of the continent, but they have a map in the games, but I just haven't really looked at like the overall map. But yeah, they're definitely making it seem as though, you know, everyone in North Ambria is like good people, and I'm sure a lot of them are, but you know, we have Osborn and his plans. You don't know who Osborn is? Well, I'm sure you'll know in the future. Oh yeah, this salt pillar thing, I really don't know what to say about this. I'm sure it's gonna be some sort of big plot point at some point. I don't think that they're going to explain it in this anime story. I think this Northern War is gonna focus more on the Northern War. But now I'm like a quarter of the way through the third game at the time of me recording this. I'm not even sure if we're going to maybe learn what happened with this thing. I would not be surprised if it's like some sort of thing that the Society of Ouroboros, or as some would say, Ouroboros. God damn it. But yeah, I'm sure it has probably something to do with those people. Usually has something to do with them. Here, right, we have the grandfather of Lavi, I'm guessing. Who's this guy? I'm sure this guy is also important, but like, who the fuck is this guy? At least from what I can tell, I think she feels like, you know, the Northern Jaegers are these heroes, these people who work for the betterment of North Ambria. But I'm sure she'll realize that it's not all sunshine and rainbows. We also actually saw this little toy in the intro. You know, I usually watch the intro on the first episode, then usually skip. But in the intro, we see Lavi holding this, and then it disappears from her hand. So I wonder if this little girl like dies or something in the end, or maybe not in the end, but like somewhere in the middle of the story. Maybe like I mean, I don't know if they would show like a small child getting killed or something, maybe injured, but like that might symbolize, you know, Erebonia attacking, and then maybe she gets killed and Lavi feels like, oh my god, these are like evil people, and then we have to fight them, and then she fights against the, you know, hero of Erebonia with all she has, and then eventually learns that, oh, our boy Reen is not that bad in the end. As I said, I don't think they're going to show a little girl dying. It could just be that, you know, Erebonia attacks, and then the place that they went to or were staying at is like destroyed. It's kind of alluded to that they died. I would not be surprised. Let's see what this is. Join the Northern Jaegers. Northern Jaegers is now recruiting competent and resourceful youngsters willing to devote themselves to the reconstruction of the country. Something. The divine Eidos forgives you for all your lies and sins. The northern something disaster is not. I mean, I saw this U here, and I was like, disaster's nut? Oh my god, nut can be a disaster, that's for sure. The northern salt disaster is not an act of nature? Very interesting. I don't think I can make out what the lower part says. The north something disaster, which, yeah, I can't really make out what that says. But yeah, if it says like the northern salt disaster is not an act of nature, I mean, I already kind of figured that was the case. I'm not a fan of the hair. The hair is like a really weird, I mean, you know, it's like a dark green, dirt green with like sky blue. That's just really weird. I don't know what to make of this guy yet. I feel like this guy is gonna be like one of those characters who a little bit too eager to fight for their country. You know, like they will do everything they have to, anything and everything to protect their country kind of thing. Reminds me of, not to bring up Dragon Age again, but like Logain from Origins. You know, like he seems like the type of character who's like is willing to like attack innocent people on the other side of the war. As long as it's not my people, it's completely okay. Like, I will do whatever it takes to win this war, even if I have to kill all the innocents on the other side. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's willing to sacrifice some of his own people as well in the process. But, you know, we'll see. I can't really say just from this. He definitely seems the type of person who, like, makes speeches and, like, riles everyone up to war, basically. But yeah, then we see Valimar here. Real quick, you know, not a lot of Valimar in this one yet, but, Reen. I can't wait to see Reen. I really can't. I mean, yeah, ultimately, even though Reen, you know, is the hero of Erebonia, or like, you know, the Ashen Chevalier, known as a hero, is looked down upon and hated by a lot of people who are not Ereboniers. You know, because Erebonia goes around annexing other countries, right? So it's like, or other states. People from those countries, they see him as like, you know, a very powerful figure in the Erebonian military. He is known as a hero, but like, only for the people of Erebonia. Very, very good first episode. I'm definitely excited to see more, and I cannot wait to see our boy Reen. I hope you enjoyed my reaction of The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel, Northern War, Episode 1. Can't wait to see more. I might even have to bring out my, wait, no, actually, no. I'm sure we'll see her. I'm sure we'll see her. And I'll bring out the body pillow when it happens. Gotta wait for the perfect moment, you know? Gotta wait for that perfect moment. Until then, I will see you in Episode 2